World Cup starts on Sunday, and we thought Tab Ramos, one of the greatest soccer players we've ever produced, would be able to help us. The head coach of Hartford Athletic and working for Telemundo is their World Cup analyst, and he joins us on the program from Qatar. Thanks for joining us, Tab. Set the scene there of what you expect the World Cup to be like over the next few days, weeks.
Hi, Dan. Thank you for having me on. Well, I expect it to be extremely competitive. You know, teams have been getting closer to each other. Many of them within their confederations had a real tough time to get here. And I think it'll be a tough competitive tournament from the get-go.
Your favorites, let's say top three favorites are?
Top three would be Brazil, Argentina, and France. Those are the teams that likely have the most talent and the ones that are most ready to potentially win the tournament.
Give me your sneaky team or teams.
Sneaky team likely that no one is talking about, Denmark. Denmark has the talent. Denmark had a great qualifying round, but it's not one that people mention when they talk about potential winners or teams that could upset other teams to get to finals, such as could be Portugal, it could be Holland, it could be those teams. I think Denmark could be the dark horse.
If I haven't seen the United States play, how would you describe them going into this tournament?
U.S. is a team that's very athletic. It's dynamic. They have good athletes, fast. They're good in transition. And now, you know what? They have players who technically are very good. This U.S. team can basically compete against any team in the world right now.
We also look at youth differently sometimes. It's you're too young, or sometimes you're so young you don't know any better and you just play differently. You got the United States, I think the youngest team in the World Cup, or certainly one of the youngest. How do they use that to their advantage?
Yeah, so here's the thing about the U.S. team. So it's the second youngest team at the World Cup. Yet is a team with a lot of experience. You know, we have players who play on big clubs around the world who are used to playing big games week in and week out. And although it's the second youngest team here and likely the youngest team we have ever had, it's probably the most experienced team that we have had.
The one player on the United States that as he goes, the team will go is who?
Well, I think it's going to have to be Christian Pulisic. You know, Christian Pulisic is the star. Christian Pulisic will likely be the captain of the team. Unfortunately, Christian Pulisic hasn't really done well for the national team over the last year and a half. You know, there's been other guys that have been pulling this team hard, and I think this is the time where the best player on the team has to be the best player on the team, and that's Christian Pulisic.
All right, give me the realistic expectations there for Team USA.
Yeah, realistic expectations would be that, you know, when I match up player by player, the U.S. squad compared to the Wales squad, we are better. When I match up player by player, U.S. squad versus Iran, we are better. When I match us up against England, we're likely not. So if we're second in the group, we should get into the second round. I think the problem is that the U.S. team has not done much to give us the confidence that they can really win those two games that they're supposed to win. I'm hoping that they can turn it around, that they're ready to go, that they're excited to show their best, because we have not seen their best.
How would you describe Qatar?
It's fabulous. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's a country that's basically, you know, the feeling when there's you go and see a brand new house, you go into a new community and you're shopping for a new house. This is sort of what it's like. It's taking the keys to a brand new house, and Qatar is brand new.
Expensive, though, those houses, though.
Oh, there's no question. You're buying in a good part of town.
The weather, does weather play an issue when the games are held?
No, I don't think it will. We have days here, just about every day. The highest temperature is about 92, 93 degrees. The lowest is about 75 to 70, somewhere in that range. And most of the games are played at night. U.S. has all three games, I believe, at 10 p.m. starts, which will put them in the mid to low 70s at game start. So I don't think the weather will be an issue at all.
When you were on Team USA, the best team you ever faced, best player you ever faced was who?
Well, likely the best team we ever faced was probably Italy in 1990 when we had to play them in Rome. When it comes to the best player, it's hard to pick because we played against a lot of good players, but I would have to say maybe Pibe Valderrama in 1994. He was at his best, and he was playing for a Colombia team that was selected to be one of the favorites for that World Cup, and we knocked them out when we beat them.
How were the fans to you in Rome when you're facing Italy?
Well, look, I mean, we had come, we're a bunch of young guys, no experience. We were basically tourists, and when we went to Italy, and we arrived after losing to Czech Republic the first game 5-1, and all we saw when we looked out of our bus was fans going like this for, we're going to beat you 10-0. So they thought it was going to be an easy game. We managed to lose only 1-0, but for us, that was pretty much like a victory at the time.
How important is that match against England?
It's huge. I think it's huge because I think it can sort of getting a good result against England in that game. It can put us at that place where we can really dream about what this team can do in this World Cup. I think we have the talent for it, and I'm hoping that England game is a great game. Even if we were to lose that game by 1 goal, if we could see that up and down transition game where we really match up against them, that would give us a lot of confidence going into a second round.
Tab, thank you. Have fun over there. We appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me on.
That's Tab Ramos. He's looks like he's on a balcony there in a high-rise overlooking a city. Could be any city in the world. But that's a very nice perch that he had there.